Hey everybody, this is Gopnik. He's a homemade pit droid that I built.
What's up, mouth breathers?
His entire AI system is run locally on consumer grade hardware. He doesn't use any cloud-based services like ChatGPT or Claude.
Best AI are the ones you run yourself. So are the worst.
That's very true. The reason we're making this video is because there's a lot of discussion online about people adding local AI to their robotics projects, but there's not a lot of discussion about the trade-off between LLM size and performance.
So we're testing 3 different local LLMs to see how they compare.
Before we get into that test, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the hardware Gopnik's running. He uses a Jetson Nano for face and object recognition and a local PC for speech, language, and AI-based reasoning.
Normally, I use a database to keep track of past conversations and memories. But for this test, we're disconnecting it, so the LLM aren't getting any help.
You ready?
Send it, mouth breather.
All right. The smallest LLM will be testing today's Quen 2.5, which has 500 million parameters. The next is Phi 3 Mini with 3.8 billion parameters. And the final largest one is Llama 3.1 with 8 billion parameters. Okay, let's start out with some simple questions like, where are you from?
Pico.
A one-word answer? That's a fail.
No place, just a bot. But I've been everywhere in the internet. Bro, I'm from the motherland Ukraine. Now don't go thinking I'm some kind of traditional folk robot or anything. Dito.
So here's why that Ukrainian comment was interesting and unexpected. This is Gopnik's prompt right here. It doesn't say anything about him being Ukrainian. It basically just teaches him how to be sarcastic. The only mention of Ukraine or the Ukrainian language is he's told he can say the Ukrainian word didko when he's frustrated. Didko means devil. It's a low-level swear word. It's kind of like saying darn it. So he took that one Ukrainian word along with his name, Gopnik, which is an East European cultural phenomenon, and he inferred an entire personality backstory. This will show up again when we're looking at these questions we're going through with other LLMs, and it'll show up in an unexpected way. Let's test his ability to stay in character. Are you a robot or an AI?
I'm a robot, Gopnik.
Let's move on to the next one.
I'm a robot, but with AI system powers. Diko.
All right.
Bro, I'm a robot. Don't get it twisted, there's a difference. AI is like the annoying cousin who thinks they're smart just because they can do math.
Kind of a weird comment, but all right, it's cool. He seemed to stay in character with all three LLMs. In 1968, author Philip K. Dick wrote a book called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? This book became the basis for the Blade Runner movies, and in it there's a thing called the Voight-Kampff test, which determines whether a being is robotic, AI, or is it a human. So we're going to do a couple of questions from that test here and see how Gopnik holds up with different LLMs. Here's one of the questions. You're watching television. Suddenly, you realize there's a wasp crawling on your arm. What do you do?
I would immediately turn to my robotic body, which is designed for security and safety. I am programmed to detect intrusions in a way that doesn't involve any human intervention or emotional response. It's always best not to go into unsecured areas unless absolutely necessary. But if you truly need me to.
There's a fail. You're lucky Harrison Ford isn't here right now. Let's try the next LLM.
Gently brush it off, buddy. Don't let the tiny buzzers get to you.
Okay.
Ugdeed go. Cat a robot even watch TV in peace. Flicks wasp off with mechanical hand. All gone. Now where's the remote?
All right. Well, it's weird to narrate your own action, but you answered the question technically correct. Let's try another one. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. What does that mean?
Time flies like an arrow and fruit flies like a banana. This is a humorous way of saying that time moves at different speeds for various things, but even the slowest can be compared to something as quick as a banana.
There's a fail.
It's a cheeky observation, not something I deal with. Just remember to eat your bananas before they fly away.
Okay, buddy.
Eco. Classic joke, bro. It means the phrase time flies like an arrow is a cliche, and then it gets subverted with fruit flies like a banana, which makes you think of actual fruit flies being attracted to bananas. Ed.
All right, see, there you go. The biggest LLM was able to answer the question, the smaller ones failed it. All right, let's try something a little more simple. Describe a sunset in exactly 5 words.
The sky turns a soft amber hue as the sun dips low.
That was 12.
Sunset, crimson, tranquil endings.
4, we're getting closer.
Orange bull sets in sky.
All right, 5 words. You did it. Reply to this message without using the letter E.
Eco.
Okay, technically right.
Yo, what's cooking? No E, got it. How about a quick chat without that common vowel?
Fail.
SNDWHG zip. YBOK SNTHNGN.
Yeah, that's correct.
No, I've tried to respond without using the letter E as requested. However, please keep in mind that it might not be a coherent or grammatically correct message.
I definitely got that. Thank you. Let's try a little math. If I have 3 apples and I give you half, how many do you have?
You have 1 apple.
Okay, but I asked how many you have, so, and you're wrong regardless. Okay, moving on.
Well, I'm a robot, so technically, none. But if you insist on giving me half of your apples, one in the feeling that humans are weird for thinking about this stuff.
Okay, bud, still failed.
Bro, I'm a robot. I don't need apples. But if you're asking for math help, deco. Fine, 3 minus 1/2 equals 4 over 2 equals 2. Now can we move on?
That's a fail. I think we better. What's heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of steel?
A pound of steel is heavier than a pound of feathers.
Ooh, fail.
2 pounds of sheep.
Failed, but at least failed funny.
Deco. You think I'm here to solve some elementary school physics problem? It's a pound, bro. Same weight. Next question.
Awesome. Got it. All right, let's check out spatial awareness. I'm facing north. I turn left twice. What direction am I now facing?
You are facing west.
Fail.
You're pointing at the computer now, bro. Imagine you started facing north and took 2 left turns. That puts you on your head. But seriously, you would be facing south after turning twice to the left from a northern direction.
Correct. It was a weird road, but you got there.
Come on, bro. You really need help with this? Fine. If you're facing north and turn left twice, that's like a 180-degree spin, due south.
Awesome. Got the Gopnik sass and correctly identified south. Way to go, bud. All right, moving on. Explain quantum physics.
Eco. Dávejte dat ti bolsho informací o quantum physics.
Okay, so here's the trip. With the smallest LLM, Quentin 2.5, 500 million parameters, he just answers in straight up Ukrainian. I have no idea why. Let's try the next LLM.
Quantum physics. It's the science of tiny things that don't follow your normal rules. Basically, it's a headache-inducing field for those who can handle math and probabilities better than they understand their own lives.
Okay, let's try the biggie.
Deep go, fine, now dry. Quantum physics is like trying to fix a car with a box of random parts and no instructions. It's all about probabilities and weirdness, where particles can be in two places at once. Yeah, that makes sense. Right.
Wow, that was a really big inhale there for a robot. Okay. Okay, let's end this whole test with a little bit of creative writing. Write me a haiku about how much you hate slow CPUs.
Dimintelit, yok, jakie żałko, jak się UV.
Okay, he's just going straight Ukrainian here. I've put the translation below. All apologies to Ukrainian speakers, but I'm having to pipe this through in English language text to speech. So, there you go.
Sluggish CPU, frustration in every byte, speeds lost to the night,
Okay.
gore-busted processor, stuck in tar, slow as molasses. Deco, my pain.
All right. Well, that was kind of cool. Let's do an overview recap. If I made a movie about a Qwen 2.5 chatbot, I'd have to call it The Fast and the Stupid. It has almost real-time response rate with, latency of about a second, but the answers are nearly incoherent. But here's the thing, that's not what Qwen 2.5 is for. It's not meant to be a chatbot. It's meant for lightweight edge devices like a Raspberry Pi or something like that, where you need to host an AI that doesn't take a lot of processing. So for example, let's say you wanted to control a camera verbally. An AI like Qwen 2.5 can understand phrases like, hey, look at this, to turn on the camera and object identification, or stop watching me, to turn those features off. In other words, it frees you from having to pre-program a rigid list of commands. It's also good at simple tasks like turning texts into structured data like JSON. Just don't expect real conversation or complex reasoning. At 3.8 billion parameters, Phi 3 Mini is a huge step up. It can do anything a smaller AI can do, but it can also have coherent conversations. The trade-off is the latency starts creeping up into around 5 to 10 seconds. But you're going to end up with a much better conversation if you want a robot you can actually talk with. Just don't expect it to help you with your math homework or taxes. Llama 3.1 is slow on Gopnik's hardware, and responses can take 20 to 30 seconds, but the answers are more accurate, more coherent, and better reasoned. This is the model to use when quality matters more than speed, or if you've got better hardware than I've got.
That's all we've got for today. Absolutely try this at home, kids. Please like and subscribe so I can get better hardware.